G'day everyone, my name is Dave. Welcome back to my channel today, and gosh, I am so hot in this jacket, so I'm just going to take it off. Well, if you've been here before, I really want to welcome you back because that's what we're talking about today. People returning back. And specifically, I want to talk about how to return to God, because I think we've all had moments where we've felt disconnected from God, right? I mean, sometimes it's just because we're going through a busy season in life. Sometimes it's because of a family or a work situation. Or sometimes it's because a relationship has pulled us away from our faith. And I know from personal experience that when you're in the middle of one of those seasons, returning back to God can seem like it's really hard. But today, I'm going to teach you something from the story of the prodigal son that I hope shows you that no matter how many steps you've taken away from God, it only takes one step to get back. Well, if this is your first time here, I want to welcome you to my channel. This is the place where I do short devotional videos every week designed to help you get the most out of your faith. So make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and then hit that little bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post a new video every Thursday. Okay, so how do we return to God, church, the Bible, or our faith when we feel like life and circumstances or even our own decisions have moved us so far away? Well, I actually think there's a lot we can learn from the story of the prodigal son. Go figure. I mean, people have only been using that story as a source of wisdom for like centuries. So what could I add to the story? Well, let's see. This is the Sea of Galilee in Israel. On one side is the city of Tiberias and some well-known biblical places like Capernaum and the Mount of Beatitudes. But in the time of Jesus, the other side of the Sea of Galilee was known as the Decapolis, a group of 10 pagan cities. You see, the prefix deca means 10, as in the word deca. Decathlon, which is an Olympic sport with 10 different events. Now, the Decapolis was a group of 10 pagan cities that the Jewish rabbis often called a far-off land or a distant country because the people there were so far away from God. And if you remember the story of the prodigal son, you know that Jesus said that after he took his share of the inheritance, the son went off to a distant country. Distant country, Decapolis, other side of the Sea of Galilee. Plane or helicopter flying over? The plane! Just have to wait till it's gone so you can't hear it anymore. So where did the son go? Well, just to the other side of the Sea of Galilee. Now, I'm sure all of you remember this story because you're all such great Christians and all, but I wonder how many of you actually remember the severe famine in the story. Seriously, do any of you remember that part? Tell me in a comment down below if you remember that part of the story, and be honest. Well, just to prove it, in Luke 15, it says, after he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in that whole country, and he began to be in need. Now, I get it. Most of you watching this video are probably from a Western culture, so therefore have never experienced a severe famine. So it's really easy for us to just skip over this part of the story. So we see the prodigal son as a disrespectful and rebellious kid who blows his father's inheritance. And that's why he has to take this disgusting job where he realizes how lost he is, because he was irresponsible. But to Jesus's first century Jewish audience, this story really was about the famine, because it was starvation that forced the son to take a shameful job and made him start thinking about returning home. So to them, the story was about a God who orchestrates a situation that eventually provides a way home for the son, because that's what God does. He provides a way home in even the most hopeless and desperate of situations. But just like the prodigal son, when we're in need of hope or we're facing a situation that leaves us feeling lost, home can feel like a long way away. And going back to our Father can seem like the hardest thing in the world. But just like Pastor Louis Giglio says, it doesn't matter how messy your life has become, it's never too late for God to do a miracle. He just says it with an American accent. And just like I said at the beginning of this video, it doesn't matter how many steps we've taken away from God, it only ever takes one step to get back. Because just like the dad in the Prodigal Son story, God will always run out to meet us. That's just what God does. No matter how far we've moved away, God will always close that distance by moving toward us. Now, I'm sure that some of you watching this video are feeling like you're far from God, like you're in need of hope, like you're lost. Well, today, I want to pray for you. First, if you'll let me know in a comment that you need prayer, I promise you that I will pray for you by name today. But if you don't feel comfortable talking about your situation in the comments, then I want to give you my cell number. If you're in need of personal prayer, then you can text me at 201-831-7155 and I will respond and I will pray for you personally. And I do that because I want to help everyone who feels lost to return home. And I want to help all of you watching this to get the most out of your faith. Well, I really hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, make sure you give me a thumbs up, share and comment on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at AussieDave. Hey, and I would love it if you could pray for my family and I, because we are literally about to return home to Australia for a few weeks to attend a wedding and get our visas renewed. So next week's video might look a little bit different, if there's a video at all. I'll see you soon. Because it